I've got some more weld on the part there, you can see, and I'm set back up against the angle plate and back in the milling machine, obviously. So we shall skim this off and see what it looks like. Okay, that's so far. There are a couple of little low spots on there, still around this area there. But if we keep going and keep adding weld and remachining, it's sort of more and more risk of distortion. I'm going to clean this edge up next, and probably a little bit just down there, and then I'll set up and cut the scallops out of there. When you look at the mag base, it doesn't actually sit with full contact on the mag platform. It's only hitting on this centre boss and them areas there, and then that part is actually sort of on the almost on the rough cast area. So generally the whole thing is not unless there's another cover on there, sorry, it sits back a little bit further than that, so it does sit on that area. So where we've got material there and there, we've got support under them pads. Yeah, I'm gonna clean that edge up and get them in, and then see what the guy thinks, whether he wants any more putted in there. I don't think it's necessary for the job. At the end of the day, this is all hidden under the Magdyno platform, and providing it's flat and level, then we should be fine. One thing I've noticed during the machining is that's definitely perpendicular, that's 90 degrees. This platform isn't 90 degrees to that surface, which you'd kind of expect it to be. I'd probably have to keep going down a little bit further. I've just sort of lightly skimmed this back edge, but it's not touching this front edge, so it's truing it up as we go along as well. So I'll set up for doing that edge. I've changed cutters to run along this edge now. I'll just clean that up steadily. I just want to reposition the camera. This part originally wasn't machined there, it was just as cast. So how square it was anybody's guess. Just starting to catch that that back edge there. Okay, there's a angle there. With a dovetail cutter, replicate that angle. Yep, I think it will. So I'll run a dovetail cutter along there as well. That's just cleaned up that edge, just nicely around there. The remainder underneath I'll do with the Dremel. The next thing to do is I'll probably clean up that underside, and then I'll try and come up with a way of cutting them parts back in again. We need to find that that centre line there marked on. I've got to get 1 inch and 600 thou from this face to there. This is a 6mm tip, or half of it 3mm, which works out to 118 thou. I'm reading off my notes here. So to get me to the centre of that tip, 1 inch 600 minus 0.118 gives me 1 inch 482 thou across to that point. So if you follow that, I'll edge find that side. Let's bring that in until we get, we're running through there. And just a little bit past. There's our little kick out of the edge finder. So I'll zero my x-axis at that and move across 1 inch 482 thou back that way. One 482. That's it. So now I should be put that centralised again. Let's drop that down. Yeah, I'm about on that that line there, centre of that line. If you can see that, it's about on the camera. Yes. So that's the centre line for my first position. Then I'll move across from there 2 inches over to that position. Or actually I may do down 2 inches to there first. See how it goes. I'll get set up with a cutter. That's the cutter set up. I'm going to do a slight change of plan here. I'm still lined up there correctly with that centre line, with that line. I'm going to move across 2 inches, so I'm onto this line here, and I'm going to come down and get the edge of this cutter just set up just under here, which is still the original unwelded surface of the casting, and take that as my start point for my position vertically, if you like. It works out at something like 2 inches 289 from that edge down to there, I think it is, for where the first cutaway should be. So I'll just reposition again. now we've got one datum point set up, it's easy to follow it around the around. So just move the camera across a bit and get to the table lock. Back that off and come across on the digital readout by 2 inches. Exactly, and that should give us the centre position. What I've got to do is just compensate for table movement as I tighten up the lock. 2 inches. Okay, that should put us in centre of that other line, which it does. Looks right to me. There. Camera angle might look a little bit different. If I put that straight on there, that should look correct. Somewhere around there. Now, I'll bring the table up. Just unlock the knee. Table up until I'm in position for just getting under. Some of this is a little bit eyeball. That's looking good. Lock the table again. Lock the knee again, sorry. There. Yeah, the quill's locked in that position. Depth of cut, 200 thou deep. So I'll go till I just start touching off and then zero the y-axis. And we should be good to go. Cutter's a little tiny bit wobbly in that holder. I've had to extend it down. The top surface is looking flat. Let's see what it does. So I'm just going to bring the Y in. Just start cutting at that, zero the Y and bring it in. So what it's trying to do, it's just got a little bit of the. That's better. That's it, that's got it. I was trying to lift up a little bit of the weld that hasn't quite took. That's it. That's got it cleaned up. Right, we'll move across. I'll do the next scarf. I've moved 2 inches across. See how this one goes. I've also tightened the cutter up a little bit. That had started to work loose. Same, yeah. And fortunately it's not quite cleaned up at the back. That's okay. I think it'll do the job. What I'll do is when I've finish cutting all of them, I'll leave it in place and just try the Magdyno in place while everything's still set up. Alright, I'll drop it down and get set up for the next one. I've refitted the cutter into the normally I'll call it now, and dropped down to the next position 2 inches down from that scallop, so we're still in line and we're ready to go with the next cut. Everything's locked off, table on the X and the knees locked, so I'll just bring the Y axis in. Not ideal because I'm going sort of with the cutter, but I can't get it in any other way on this, get the crankcase in any other way on this job. It'd be better the other way around if I could, but not enough depth, I'm afraid, so let's have a go. There's our finished result. I would have liked to have got a little bit better in the bottom of these slots here. It's not quite cleaned up fully, but it'll work. As I say, it's to locate the mag in position, and I'm happy that it'll do that well. I'll get this red dye chem off it and clean it up a bit, and we'll see what it looks like. For that, I've just tapped the mag into place. There's no strap or bolts or anything holding that in position. Just set the camera up there. That is held just by the snugness of the pins into the aluminium, into the slots. So it just taps on, and that's it. It's staying there under its own weight. Everything's sitting flat to there, and from this side our shaft is in the middle of the hole. This hole is actually a little bit worn over on that back edge, so don't let that sort of throw your eye. Once it's got the cover on, that clearance should be okay. So that's that one done. I'll get this out and give you another little view of it just before I wrap this job up. There we have the finished item, welded up. It's, as I probably said before, it's a little bit higher than the original surface there, so that the Magdyno will clamp down nicely, and when the Magdyno's on, it sits nicely. You can sit back depending on where the position is. Sit back and sits nicely in that slightly oval hole there, so it throws your eye off. If you look at the cast recess where the seal goes, it looks somewhere near. So yeah, that's that one. That's that's that one complete. So we'll have a look at the next job. Bye for now.